Thank you for visiting the Coin Lady channel again. This is a utility article. Folks, is it true that 77% of projects will receive the security designation? Hey everyone! Just wanted to let you know that Ethereum is currently being investigated by the SEC or whatever other regulator they were trying to keep under wraps. In case you hadn't heard, we will return to that later. The International Monetary Fund dubbed it the largest slice of the pie because it encourages conduct similar to that of a cartel. I had no idea the IMF was involved until Utilities FTW posted it in the middle of February. They did, however, claim that 77% of coins provide proof of stake. It seems to me that the cryptocurrencies on the left are proof of stake coins. And that's what this indicates. Coins like XRP, XLM, and FLR are available through FBA, Bitcoin, Dogecoin, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Cash XMR, and a few more are all examples of proof-of-work coins. Other examples include HBAR, Filecoin VeChain, IOTA Quant, and a few more. That amounts to around 10% of the total share. So, 10% are proof-of-work coins, 10% are other coins, and 3% are FBA money. So, 77% of the coins are evidence of stake. To be honest, it's intriguing, unsettling, and even alarming that the IMF singled out the biggest chunk of the pie as coins representing cartel-like activity. You may recall this from around the 15th of February, which was approximately 1 month ago. The initial tweet was actually sent on February 14th. Now listen up. Folks, the government is apparently looking into the Ethereum Foundation. According to Fortune, the SEC wants to label Ethereum as a security boom, and it came out of nowhere yesterday. The right thing is being done. Perhaps, though. Now, let's explore this. Concerns have been raised by an unidentified state body regarding the Ethereum Foundation, a Swiss non-profit organization important to the Ethereum ecosystem. At this point, I was beginning to wonder why some state official hadn't stepped in to help. Many American investment firms are interested in offering its native asset ETH or Ethereum, and the discrete inquiry comes at a time when theories and technology are changing. In the form of an ETF, the SEC has been sluggish in its efforts to classify Ethereum as a security. According to Fortune, this classification would have far-reaching consequences for Ethereum, ETFs, and cryptocurrency in general, despite the SEC's recent approval of a number of Bitcoin ETFs. In case you missed it in this morning's video, I'll put a link to it up in the upper right corner. I was briefly mentioning the cost. It goes without saying that we monitored the price of Bitcoin and other altcoins first thing in the morning. Ethereum is just like any other metal. You know. Here is the Ethereum 1-hour chart. Despite yesterday's news, the cryptocurrency has been performing similarly to other altcoins and Bitcoin. There is some similarity in the chart patterns. As you can see, Bitcoin exists. The Ethereum price isn't changing since. Well, there's Ethereum again. Considering the breadth of this inquiry, its focal point was unclear. A state authority has voluntarily inquired with us, with a necessity for secrecy. As of this writing, February 26, 2024. According to GitHub commit date, even though we don't know who they are, a governmental authority has reportedly come out and demanded a probe into Ethereum. However, I suppose this is the reason why it became complicated. It seems like the SEC is the one investigating this. No government agency in the world has ever been in touch with the Ethereum Foundation in a way that would make that interaction confidential. Tough Ethereum will let the public know about any government investigation that goes beyond the bounds of normal company operations. Ethereum is a cryptocurrency, but what does Gary Gensler think about it? When asked directly if the SEC considered Ethereum a security, SEC head Gary Gensler had a different opinion. Gary Gensler, chair of the SEC, has stated that he will not answer that issue but will instead defer to the committee. So, even though the SEC is reviewing numerous applications for spot Ethereum ETFs, he still wouldn't say whether regulators view Ethereum as a security or not. While asked whether the regulator considered Ethereum a security, Gensler stated he would disagree on the matter during his appearance on Bloomberg TV. You can see a price for each of these cryptocurrency tokens right here. It all comes down to the details as to whether or not the investing public is expecting to make money off of other people's labor. There are documents before us, and I will refrain from offering any commentary. The event probably took place yesterday as well, prior to the news breaking, as it handles numerous applications for an Ethereum exchange-traded fund (ETF) in the United States. The SEC's stance on the cryptocurrency has grown increasingly critical. Just this week, the regulator once again postponed a decision on whether to approve BlackRock's iShares Ethereum Trust, following delays in decisions regarding applications for spotted theory of ETFs from Fidelity Invesco and Galaxy Digital. It appears that you have noticed a pattern. They are avoiding it at all costs. That is, not at this time. I'm sure they were aware that, these inquiries were likely still pending. There should be no surprise that Gary intends to pursue Ethereum and has declared a security. As Anders here adds his 2 cents. You may recall that in April of 2018, this individual made it public that he believed XRP and Ethereum were probably non-compliant securities. After that, he had a meeting with Clayton the day prior to the SEC case being launched against Ripple. After losing the battle to classify XRP as a security, the SEC is likely to lose the theory as well. However, at worst, the legal procedure may go on for years. Gary Gensler, a former partner at Goldman Sachs and a federal regulator, thinks that XRP and Ethereum, 2 altcoins, should be classified as unregistered securities. Once again, the date is April of 2018, according to Dayton's findings. The current SEC chairman Gary Gensler spoke with Jay Clayton the day before the XRP complaint was filed. So, yeah, it's safe to say that things are happening behind closed doors. Regarding Charles Hoskinson's comment, I am posting this alongside the XRP price decline. For all the Team Orange and XRP Circle members who are guessing about the subpoenas, here is Hoskinson's tweet. Here is my outside or hot perspective on Ethereum, now that it's under scrutiny. Currently, the investigation is not focused on the events and facts surrounding the 2014 ICO, which, in my view, should be the case according to Working Money Channel's opinion. But, you guys are entering the future. On the contrary, he asserts that the shift from proof of work to proof of stake in 2022 is a novel cryptocurrency based on fresh information and conditions. This is consistent with what was said during testimony and with what has been reported about entities associated with the EF being subpoenaed. That implies the IEF gate, proof of work, earlier assertions, etc. would all be moot because Ethereum would essentially start again with a clean slate in terms of legal interpretation. If Ethereum was a security at the time of proof of stake launch and the issuer was known, then that is all that matters. So here's another perspective from Charles Hoskinson of Cardano. He wanted to express his gratitude to XRP for reposting Anders' comment. As predicted a long time ago, Gensler will presumably use the shift to proof of stake to assert that Ethereum is now a security. This would undoubtedly spell disaster for all proof-of-stake chains, as they would all be caught in the crossfire. All right. Returning to that statement from Utility FTW, the IMF acknowledged that 77% of the coins are proof-of-stake. Does this signal the start of a chain reaction? According to Brad Garlinghouse, 99% of coins will simply vanish. Fast and scalable cryptocurrencies like XRP and XLM almost always use proof-of-stake, while some do not. Everyone else who Gensler may potentially harm. The proof-of-work coins that would be the target of his crypto jihad are notoriously sluggish due to the extensive processing required to run them. Like Bitcoin, Gensler has only acknowledged Bitcoin as a currency that is not a security. It is my firm belief that the choice of judge has a significant impact on the final decision in a case like this. Andrew continues. It seems like it's hard to forecast precise events just by looking at things. Who could have foreseen the judge's audible ruling in the Ripple case? Since XRP was deemed not to be a security in and of itself, the ruling was a positive development for Ripple, as transactions involving it on exchanges are considered securities. Notwithstanding this fact, however, in my opinion, the outcome of a case against Ethereum would be quite unpredictable. Once again, I'd want to express my gratitude to Anders for publishing this, since it contains insightful commentary from prominent figures in the field. All due respect, Wheezy makes a valid point as well. Yet, where was this when lawsuits were filed against XRP? our in-house attorney at Coinbase. Paul grew up in this thread. He published 10 tweets. While we wait for a verdict on Ethereum ETH, he says it again with the Ethereum false information. All right, let's start with the most fundamental information concerning Ethereum. It has been an important cryptocurrency since 2015, and millions of Americans hold it. Also, Ethereum isn't a security, it's a commodity. The SEC has maintained this stance for years. According to Paul Greenwald, a senior SEC official, take a look at this sample to see why they claim Ethereum is not a security. Disclosure made by SEC Director of Corporation Finance Hinman, which he provides as a link. Let me rephrase, Exhibit B. Exhibit B is here since E stands for exhibits. Ethereum is not a security. According to testimony given by SEC Chair Gary Gensler before Congress, see also Exhibit C and another link there. Additionally, the SEC trial lawyers have lately insisted on comparing Ethereum to Bitcoin. The Commodity Futures Trading Commission, CFTC, and federal courts have repeatedly determined that Ethereum is a commodity. And as shown in Exhibit D, futures contracts for Ethereum began trading on CFTC-regulated futures platforms in 2021. Figure 2 Ethereum status is not even determined by the Howey test. Also, as we've discussed extensively in other processes, digital assets like Ethereum that don't include a long-term commitment to a firm aren't securities or investment contracts. The video ends there. As always, I'd appreciate it if you could subscribe and leave a comment with your opinions. Goodbye for now.